Warning, there is a good chance Bitcoin Mike has no idea what he's talking about. Do your own research. Enjoy the show. Thank you.
All right, folks, Bitcoin, well, we were just at 38,000. Now we're just under 38,000, 37,952. Everything overall looking peachy. Everything's looking great today. XRP 61 cents. Solana had a big pump back up to $60 for Solana. Cardano 38 cents. And your overall altcoins are pretty much the same place they were yesterday. You know, it's funny. I love watching my crypto banter just to mock the guy. Like I said, the guy is just horrible person. So his thumbnail or his title for today's show is how he turned $13,000 into $600,000. This is what the video is about today. He's going to tell you how he did it. And as somebody who's been in cryptocurrency since 2017, I'm thinking to myself, but wait a second. You lost $100 million trading Luna. In fact, you even made a video about it, how I lost $100 million in 48 hours. And of course, that's because he had all his money in Luna and UST. So if a guy comes up to you and says, man, I just lost $100 million in cryptocurrency in 2 days by essentially putting all my money in the biggest scams in history in crypto. Then a year later, he comes up to you and says, hey, I just turned $13,000 into $600,000. You'd probably say to yourself, well, that's because you're a degenerate with hundreds of millions of dollars at your disposal. And yes, occasionally you're going to make some money investing in a shitcoin, but overall, you're going to do what you do best, lose $100 million. So that's why, guys, with these crypto influencers, I just despise them. And it's one of the reasons I even decided to make a cryptocurrency channel. This guy, Rand Nooner, is such a piece of excrement. It's just it behooves me how anybody at this point can even listen to anything he says. He's such a joke. And he just has no shame whatsoever. No shame. So let's see what else is going on. So Binance, I told you guys that Binance, I'm not a big fan of holding coins like BNB or even like any exchange token. But even more importantly, a coin like BNB, because it's linked to Binance. And as we all know, Binance is just under full-blown assault by a lot of these regulators in the United States and other countries. And of course, now it comes out that Binance is also now being targeted by the Philippines government. The Philippines SEC is going after Binance for operating without a license. So according to the Philippines SEC, entities involved in promoting or trading on Binance could face up to 21 years of imprisonment. And let me tell you guys, I've seen those Locked Up Abroad documentaries. You don't want to be going to jail in the Philippines. A lot of people always say, like, oh, you can live in the Philippines for $100 a month. It's a great place to retire. Yeah, it's a great place to retire until they decide they don't like you anymore and they decide to arrest you for, I don't know, vaping something, or you get a DUI or something like that. And the next thing you know, you're being sentenced to hard labor in a Philippines internment camp. People are so stupid. But anyway, so this is bad news for Binance. That's why I always say you don't want to be involved with these exchange tokens. And I would not be, I would hold, like, if I was like an international customer, I would hold money on Binance as like a short-term thing. But the world has it out for Binance. That's one reason Coinbase stock is pumping so hard right now. So yeah, not a big fan of BNB. So this would be like another reason I wouldn't want to be in BNB. And of course, I always say, like, all the biggest scam crypto YouTubers, the big exchange they always want you to get into is Bybit, because it's by far one of the shadiest big exchanges. Crypto Rand Nooner is a big pumper of Bybit. And here we go right here. This just came out today. Coinbase tells some customers it received subpoena related to Bybit. So essentially, all you dummies in the United States, and this will soon be Europe, who decide to take Crypto Rand's advice and get on Bybit and start trading. And then whatever money you made on that Bybit, because you can't cash out on Bybit because they don't take US dollars, you created your Coinbase account and you sent your crypto from Bybit over to Coinbase. Well, now you're fucked, as they call it. Fucked. Like I said, anything you do that these big YouTubers tell you to do, especially Crypto Rand Nooner, Bybit, the biggest Bybit show in the world, it will come back to bite you in the ass. So Coinbase tells some customers, okay, it received subpoena related to Bybit. Coinbase lets some customers know about a subpoena from a U.S. regulator involving Bybit. According to social media posts, a person familiar with the matter confirmed the authenticity of the emails. Coinbase has alerted some users about a subpoena it received from a U.S. regulator involving crypto exchange Bybit, according to emails sent out by the exchange that were posted on social media. A person familiar with the matter confirmed the authenticity of the emails and a message sent to the block. Thankfully, I never use Bybit because I'm not an idiot, and I'm also on Coinbase, so I obviously didn't receive one of these emails. No action is required from you, but Coinbase may respond to the subpoena unless served before November 30th, 2023, with a motion to squash or other objection to the subpoena, including by sending information concerning your Coinbase account, blah, 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 blah. So here's what, to all you guys who I tried to warn you not to get involved with Bybit, and all these stupid exchanges that the big YouTubers are promoting you. Now what's going to happen is, let me just lay it out for you, because I know a lot of you guys out there are just hard-headed. Any money you made on Bybit and you sent to Coinbase, now you're going to get a nice big old audit from the SEC. Whereas if you didn't use Bybit, you wouldn't be getting an audit. So look for an audit. If you use Bybit and sent it over to Coinbase, and I would say if you sent it over to Kraken, if you use Bybit as an American customer, and I would throw a European customer in there as well, we just haven't heard about it yet, you sent that money from Bybit, as Bybit is known to the U.S. government as a fraudulent mafia exchange, and you decided to cash out and send that crypto over to a U.S. exchange that allows you to cash out, fully expect to now be audited by the government. That's why I try to tell you, don't listen to this guy. He's a worm. He is a worm. He's the worst thing that ever happened to crypto. And I could go on all day about this guy. If you look into his background, if you look where he's from, hey, I'm even going to say it. If you look at, well, I'm not going to go that far, but this guy is just the sleaze of the earth. Anything he tells you to do will end up benefiting him and not you. Again, today I turned 13,000 into 600,000. Let me teach you how I did it. This time last year, I lost 100 million in 48 hours. Okay, guys? What a scumbag. Anyway, so avoid Bybit. I'm not 100% sure you're going to get audited, but I can tell you, if you sent like hundreds of thousands of dollars from Bybit over to Coinbase, thinking all those trades you did over at Bybit because Crypto Rand told you should be selling this, buying this, selling this, and you decide to cash out because you can't cash out on Bybit, I would assume I would look out for an audit if I were you in the United States. All right, what else is going on here? Bitcoin breaches 38,000 as CZ steps down from Binance. Binance broke above 38,000 as hopes around a spot ETF approval were revived earlier this week. I don't know, guys. I mean, now we're under 38,000. I just see this as normal price action for Bitcoin. We've been in this range now for a couple weeks. Bitcoin, is going to pump first. So what you're probably going to see is, I don't know if Bitcoin is going to go back down to 35,000 or up to 45,000. It really just depends on whatever the hell happens in the world. But you'll see Bitcoin pumping first, maybe a few altcoins. Then Bitcoin will hang out at $40,000. $41,000, and then your altcoins will follow, and you'll see the next leg up for Cardano, which will probably be 45 or 50 cents. I think Solana, since it's already had its big pump, will probably be hanging out between $60 and $50 for a long time. That's why you don't chase coins, because when you take money out of a coin that hasn't pumped and put it into a coin that has pumped, that's just a recipe for failure. But, you know, I think your major altcoins right now are just waiting for their next leg up, which isn't going to happen until Bitcoin makes its next leg up, which might not be until the end of the year. And the next leg up for Bitcoin might not even happen for months. I mean, we could get a dump in Bitcoin back down to 35,000. Then your altcoins are going to drop 10, 15%. So it's like a flip of the coin trying to figure out what's going to happen right now. Everybody's calling for the Bitcoin ETF in January. Is it going to happen? Probably a good chance, but I can tell you if it doesn't happen, you're probably going to see a low $30,000 Bitcoin if it doesn't happen. So you got to be prepared for anything, for absolutely anything. But I don't know, guys. Just hold on to these altcoins. I just had my father-in-law text me, and he said, should I be selling my Cardano right now at 38 cents? The guy's been holding it now for the last 3 years. I don't think he sold any in the bull market when I was telling everybody to sell. And now it dropped all the way to 23 cents. We're back up to 38. We're coming out of the bear market. We're about to go into the bull market in the next 6 months. And he wants to get out of the market. And that's what happens, guys. I don't blame him for that. A lot of people, after years and years in the bear market, it gets to the point where they see a little glimmer of hope. They see a little glimmer of hope, and they want to just get out of the market because the market has hurt them so badly over the last couple years. But if you've been holding for the last couple of years in the bear market, especially your Cardano, or you held your Theta from, say you bought Theta at $4 and it went down to 50 cents and now it's back up to almost $1, this is not the time to be getting out, guys. I almost recommend to people who have that mentality, just like delete the app, delete Coinbase, delete Binance, and just fire that thing back up in 8 or 9 months, because I was in your same situation back in 2018 through 2019, and it cost me a lot of pain in the end. Now, unless you need the money, and like if you don't sell your Cardano right now, you're gonna like lose your house. Yeah, and then you got to sell it. But I mean, if you're just holding your Cardano and you just don't know what's gonna happen, dude, Cardano's gonna be $5 to $8 probably by this time next year. Take a deep breath, calm down, and just I don't know, go get a cup of coffee or something, guys. But now is not the time to be getting out of these coins. But this is not financial advice. You can do whatever you want. Everything can go to zero tomorrow for all I know. This is just my personal opinion. All right, guys, like and subscribe. Talk to you later.